Hey, what's going on, visionaries? Jason Osborne, JO Vision, back again with another video. Today, I'm going to show you my tips on how to get great skin retouching results using Lightroom only and no Photoshop. Coming up. Alright guys, so we're in Lightroom now, and I'm going to go over some things that will definitely help you skin retouch in Lightroom and Lightroom only, no Photoshop. Alright, now you might be asking yourself, if you're new, well, why do so many people use Photoshop for their skin retouching? Well, that's because you have the addition of layers, and you can use techniques like frequency separation, where you're actually separating the tones and the color of the skin from the texture. With Lightroom, you can't do that, so when you make an edit to the skin, you are affecting both the texture and the color, which, if overdone, can make your model or subject look very bad. So right here is a complete raw image right here. I made some general edits. Actually, I just hit the auto button just to see what would happen. Yes, there's stray hairs and other things that I would edit about this photo, but like I said, this is just for the skin retouching purposes, okay? So the first thing I would say is make sure that you have a great quality photo if you're going to use Lightroom only. Photo should be sharp. You should be able to see all of your flaws clearly. And this is important because, like I said before, Lightroom is going to affect not only the texture of your skin, but the color of the skin. So you want to make sure you have a clear, sharp photo so that those pixels are picked up evenly and clearly. If you don't, then your image is going to look really soft and muddy, and you don't want that. So, tools. What tools will I be using? Well, there's a couple tools that I'll be using for this skin retouch. All right, the first and main tool is this spot removal tool right up here, okay? So you can hit Q on your keyboard or just click it, and basically this is what it sounds like, okay? It is a spot removal tool, and you will be able to click over anything, and it'll do its best to find a healthy piece of skin that is not affected and to clone or heal over it. And right here, the top right section, you'll see two options, clone and heal. For skin retouching, you want to do heal. The next thing is your size. This is just going to adjust how big your clone stamp tool is. Your feather is going to basically determine how hard the edges are. You're gonna want a nice feather for this so that you don't see the actual spots on the subject's face. It's gonna look blended with the skin. And your opacity is gonna be all the way to 100 for now. The next tool that I'll be using for the skin retouch is definitely the adjustment brush, which is K. Now the adjustment brush in K, or the letter K, is great because it has different options such as burn, dodge, soften skin light, and soften skin. We'll get to those in a second, but that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. So we obviously will remove any distractions from the face, and when you're editing in Lightroom, because it is going to affect the colors and the pixels, the colors and the texture of your subject's face, you want to be very specific as far as what you're trying to remove, and you don't want to overdo it. So I'm gonna always start with my spot removal tool. And the best way to do it is to make sure that you surround the blemish, but only the blemish. You want to have the crosshair right there, that inner circle around the blemish and everything like that. And basically how it works is you're going to go ahead and click that, or click whatever blemish you have, and then it's going to disappear. Now you can hit H on your keyboard if you didn't see the rings, or if you have the rings already. This ring is where you targeted, and this ring represents where it's taking the good patch of skin from. So this is what we're going to do for pretty much all of these. Now you want to make sure you adjust your clone stamp tool or your spot removal tool to the size of the blemishes. This is going to be very helpful to you because it's going to reduce the amount of pixels being affected by this tool, and you'll get some pretty clean results if you have patience and you do it correctly. So you have to watch out for things like this, soft spots. You want to keep that texture in there. So what you'll do is you'll click this right here, find out where it's getting taken from, and then you want to move it to a place with more texture, zoom out, hide all these. You can see that the skin is already clearing up. Doing this will allow you to really get some good results. If I want to take this stray hair out, I could easily just go like that, and then it's gone. And to see where it took, that's pretty much where it took. Excellent. Okay, So already we can see that there's a big difference between this and the original photo. Looks very clean, lots of texture still in the skin. All right, so once you have your skin pretty much cleaned up with the blemishes, then it's time to go to your adjustment brush, click the menu, come down to Soften Skin Light. Now, I don't use Soften Skin a lot because it's very strong. And like I said before, you're not only affecting the texture, you're affecting the color. And that's how you get that very creamy, no pixels, no texture in the skin, very like, I don't know, Facetoony type edit where you think that the person's face is just one smooth like piece of skin and has no pores or anything. You don't want that. All right, so what you're gonna do is I'm gonna hit O on the keyboard so you can see how where this effect is being applied. Now, if I take that off, you can see that it's definitely softer. All right, and we'll do the same thing up here. And no matter what program you use, you want it to be subtle changes, okay? You don't need it to be drastic changes for it to be a good edit. If you look at a lot of fashion magazines, you know, they leave a lot of texture, a lot of what you might think would be a flaw in their editorial shots because they want, you know, their models looking the most genuine and accurate. So as you can see here, I applied some skin softening to pretty much the whole face. We still have texture, and it looks pretty good. Okay. So if you find yourself that you went too far with the skin softening, you don't have to start all over. What you can do is just click this arrow right up here, this right here on this arrow, click this up, and this is going to bring everything up in the brush menu up. And then the amount is basically turned into one solid slider where you can either decrease the amount of softening or increase the amount of softening depending on the look you're going for. Now, obviously at 100, that is crazy soft, and I don't think that looks great at all. You know, the face looks, like I said before, like it only has no pores at all. So I would bring that down a little bit. So it's basically an opacity slider for the effect itself. And that's gonna allow more texture to peek through. So I'm gonna cut it down by 50%, bring it down to 50, and that's pretty good to me. All right, so once you have that done, then it's gonna be dodge and burn time. Now, dodge and burn is also something that, you know, can be helpful for retouching. You have your dodge, and which is lightening, and your burn, which is darkening. And basically you're just playing on the highlights and the shadows of the face. For lightening, the dodge area, you want to focus on the highlights that might be uneven, like up here. So I can take my dodge lighten tool and just start brushing in areas that I feel need to be lightened up a little bit. And with that, you'll get a more even skin tone by covering up some of those shadows. The adjustment brush is a powerful tool. If you feel like the highlights were too strong in something, you always go to the adjustment brush, decrease the highlights a little bit, and then go ahead and paint over some of them to bring them down. And there you have it, guys. So it's really simple. It doesn't take long. Obviously, you know, Photoshop can definitely be a better tool for your skin retouching, but this is something that can definitely, you know, help you understand that you can still get great skin retouching results in Lightroom if you're not ready to move on to Photoshop. I always do recommend that eventually you incorporate Photoshop or another high-end editing program. So I hope this video helped you guys, and you know, make sure if you have any questions, leave something in the comments for me. All right, guys, so I hope this video helped you today if you are a Lightroom only user and you're having some difficulty with your skin retouching. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I need all the likes that I can get. Also, if you have any questions about anything that you saw me do today, or if you just want to leave a general comment, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. I definitely reply and respond to all of you, so I would love to talk to you guys. And as well, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If this is your first time at the channel, I've got more videos on the way for 2020, so thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you again. And if this isn't your first time and you are subscribed, well, thank you for being a continued supporter of JO Vision in this channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Jason Osborne, JO Vision, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.